Hello and welcome back to
Convo with Lidio and
Hello
Roman.
and welcome back.
On
Hello,
hold,
hello,
on
hello,
hold, hold.
welcome back. Hello and welcome back to
Convo with Lidio and Roman.
Hello,
Lidio
welcome
and
back.
Roman.
Hello,
Lidio
welcome
and
back.
Roman.
Hello, welcome back. Hello. Welcome back. Guys, we are on conversation number 20. Like, I am so proud of myself. I'm so excited. Trust me, I do run out of things to say, but thanks to the people that are around me who always remind me that, there's still so much to talk about. And actually there is. Thank you very much for sticking with me, for sharing the videos. Continue to share the videos, subscribe. Please comment also. You guys leave me out because I want to hear the stories that you guys are talking about, because I know that these videos are conversation starters, but you're having them without me. You're not bringing me into the part. So please do write something or say something so that I can also be filled in, and comment too so that I can know what you guys feel or think about it. So please do comment and share the videos and let people subscribe. I do hope that these videos are great for you, and you are finding them very interesting. All right, so we continue talking about parenting, I guess. I guess we continue to talk about parenting. Maybe it's also because I think about parenting in two ways. As a child myself, and how it has impacted me, or what I've experienced in terms of parenting, being as a child, but also as a parent myself. So I think it's two ways. Sometimes I think about it as like, no, but I'm a child too. How did this work for me? Or I'm a mother too, so how do I show up in this? So I guess that's the part. So let's carry on. The theme is still on parenting, and let's see. So we're gonna go every week and see where we can divert. Okay. So we are talking now step parenting. Some people say it is blended families. I also don't know what is the right title, guys. I will explain myself and then you guys can let me know what it is or what is the difference. What I'm talking about is when children are raised by other parents. So there's somebody that steps in as a parent because there is a gap or there's a void of the original parent. That's how I understand it. Now, step parenting can happen for various reasons and very good reasons, actually. I think it's a good thing. For me, I advocate for it. I don't have a problem, and actually, I support it. Now, how does it happen? Firstly, sometimes a partner, so you're a parent and your partner passes on, either earlier on when you're still having in the relationship, or you've been married and leaving you the one partner with the children. Okay, so obviously that's an unfortunate thing to happen, but it doesn't mean as the one partner who's remaining with the children you cannot move on. God is a God of second chances, so sometimes you get that second chance to meet someone else who will take care of you, or who will take you and your children with you, which is a great thing. Sometimes it's failed relationships, so you are in a relationship with a person hoping that you will get somewhere, but things happen, guys. It's gender-based violence, there's this, there's that. If a relationship doesn't work, it doesn't work, and somebody needs to get out, and unfortunately at the time you have children involved, you get a second chance, somebody else that you can partner with for, in your life, and who finds you with children, steps in and, does the things. Sometimes it's, failed relationships include divorces that may happen, and obviously because there's divorces, we know there's family court, and you will be helped to decide how to settle on the children, but people move on and then you find a child. So in any situation, there are many situations and scenarios, but what it all means is that somebody steps in as a parent in the absence of a parent or another parent, something like that. So I was thinking about it, like, who is the actual culprit between moms and dads? Who causes the step parenting situation the most, besides due to death or anything like that. If we just look at social behaviors, who really causes it? Is it the men or is it the women? Okay. If I think about it in my head, let's start with the scenario that's in my head. I'm thinking typical scenario, social behavior that happens. Two people fall pregnant. The guy decides maybe they're no longer interested, or they don't want the pregnancy. They think it's not theirs, and then they move on, and they leave the mother to take care of the child alone. Or maybe they don't even reject the pregnancy, but they just don't take care of the child in anyhow, financially, physically, just nothing. They don't support, so they move on. So now dude is going to leave this lady with a child or with a pregnancy, and when they leave, obviously they're going to go into another relationship, and they may find that in that relationship there's a lady who's in there with a child. So you're kind of leaving your own child and woman and going into another woman and a child. So what's going to happen? Your ex will have somebody else stepping in to come and take care of them and the child. So actually, I think, guys, you guys are playing yourselves. I don't know, because it looks like a cycle. One moves from their own family to another, the other one moves into the other, just like that. So as you move and leave people behind, the other one comes and steps in and such. So I think maybe, I don't know, women, how would it happen? So with women, I guess typically what would happen is, as a woman also, but I think women try, men, and stick to, whatever. By the time a woman leaves you, it would be for a real good reason. They would have tried to stay and try and create the family. I think it's men that just maybe just move. They're very temperamental. It's not my child. How do I know it's my child? Gone. No, I don't want you anymore. Gone. Oh, they're cheating and they're gone. I'm not saying women don't cheat. I'm not saying women don't do that. But I think women would think twice, especially when there's children involved, to try and say, how do I handle this? But I'm not saying they don't do it. Women cheat as well, and they would go, okay, but so maybe in my explanation, I'm saying men are to blame, are the biggest cause of the step parenting, but it doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is step parenting exists, and according to me, it's supposed to happen, and it's a beautiful when it happens, but it needs to happen correctly, and it needs to happen right. If we as parents or as people can understand that there are certain reasons for this to happen, I think it will be a situation where we are more tolerant with one another in this thing. This issues of baby mama drama and baby daddy drama, I think it's caused by all of this thing, and it's caused by the fact that we just are not tolerant and we don't want to understand. You leave me as a guy, you go to another family, or you go to another lady, you take care of her and the children, which is okay. I find a partner who does the same, you come back, you fight me. I'm not sure what's the point. Or when you leave me because we're not getting along anymore, you go and find yourself another partner, I try and fight that woman. I'm not sure how that works. I can understand maybe sometimes people are trying to hold people accountable in terms of making them responsible, but there are ways to do that. But I think there's also another pattern in another behavior, that is just very destructive and very manipulative and very not nice, that we kind of use in this situation. If you've left me and I have now a partner who steps in and takes care of me and the children, respect that. That's what I would expect. Respect that, because you could not be with us maybe in a relationship, understandably so. But you can still play a part in the family and the children, but don't be destructive. I think that's what I'm trying to say. And actually, in the Black culture, there's no step parenting. If I if I think about it, you guys can correct me. Because if I understand well with marriage, if you find me with children and you want to marry me, you marry me and you marry my children with you. So when you marry my children take your surname and then you become their father at that time. Once you've married me, you've taken me, you've paid lobola for me and the children, you are their father. Their biological father becomes almost the uncle, because now anything they want, they must talk to the father to ask for permission for anything. If they want to take kids, if they want to have time with them, if they want to buy them, if they want to have certain rituals done for them, they must have that respect to say they need to call the father who's there at the time to ask and say, all right, can I have the children? I'd like to do this and this and this. That's how it's supposed to work. Mutually with respect and no disrespect or anything like that. There is no step parenting. You marry me, I have children, you marry everybody. And we all become a family like that. And you become a father to everyone. Now, what we are seeing today is a little bit different. People are fighting, kissing. Hey, my children, don't make my children do this. You cannot tell my children to do that. You can't hit my children. You can't discipline them. But I mean, where are you? And as far as everything is concerned, this man has the right to these children, traditionally, if we look at it. So I think for me, it's all these behaviors that we see that are very, very destructive. And I don't know why we do that and we promote them. Maybe I'm just being naive around this whole situation, but I believe that things can be done maturely and we can all just come down and think about it, because at least the parent that is there is closing a void, is becoming that father figure, is becoming that mother figure. If you are a dad and you have your children and you're not with your partner or their mother or anything like that, that person becomes that mother figure, takes care of people. So the best you can do from the outside is to respect that woman or respect that man for doing what they are doing. But I don't know what is wrong. I don't know. Maybe you guys can help me understand what goes wrong. Why do we disrespect each other so much in this situation? Why are we so intolerant with one another? Why are we so manipulative in this whole situation? You know, you start asking for things that are just impossible, money that you don't need, giving instructions, don't take my children to your girlfriend with you. I mean, there has to be a relationship that is built before they can get married. You understand? So every partner will say, not with my children first. I'll have a relationship, but I won't introduce my children to this guy until I'm sure. But even with that, in that making sure that it's the right partner, the children and this partner need to interact at some point to establish a relationship, to establish something so that you as that parent can see if things are going to work. So there has to be a point where the children interact with this partner at some point, whether they go out on holidays with anything, something that you're going to have to do to make sure that that relationship is there and you are sure that it's sustainable, and that when you agree to then marry this man, you are comfortable, that you are comfortable, your children are comfortable, and you've seen this relationship work. There is no way I can get into a relationship, leave my children outside, and then, tomorrow I get married with these kids seeing this man for the first time. So I don't understand when you want to then put instructions and say, I don't want your girlfriend in front of my children. Maybe we mean something. I don't know what we really mean, and maybe we need to put it differently. I don't know. But there is a very destructive way that this is going about that is really unnecessary. That if we can remove all of that, we can let what needs to happen. Let the people have their relationships. Let the relationships settle. Let the bonds be created. And you can respectfully, understanding why you left the relationship, let that happen. But be a part of it nicely, properly, constructively, in a way that is building, not in a way that is like breaking the relationship, breaking the children, making things destructive. Rather, be there in a way that builds, assists, help your children understand that your father needs to move on. Help your children understand that your mother also needs to move on, deserves to be happy. Don't be mad with whoever. Let's help each other. Let's build, guys. There's no way we can be so destructive that we just want to break things apart, but we are not also willing at the same time to be responsible for them at the same time. I see a lot of these things where a person just says, I don't want my children to do this. You can't take my kids to this school. But rather, you are not even in this relationship. You're far. When I needed to move from one town to another, I didn't have a problem with that. But I realized there's other couples who are struggling, can't move out of a specific town with their children to another because the ex is saying, I want my children close to me. But they even hardly visit those kids. They hardly even see them. What for? What is the problem? I mean, I don't understand. Why are you being vindictive? Like, I don't get it. So I think my appeal is for us to be a little bit more mature about it, to be respectful about it, and to just take a step back and understand the other person's point of view and where they are in this whole thing. Okay, so me, I don't like this baby mama drama connotation. So I'm hoping we can have proper, matured, blended families that support each other, that help, that build families, not break families.